It's yarn time. Grab your yarn. We got a war story to listen to.
It's June the 6th, 1944, D-Day. Under cover of darkness and a brooding, overcast sky, many C-47s are
by the way, this is the Screaming Eagle that fought with the Soviets. So this is going to be an interesting
flying
tale.
over the English Channel, approaching the Normandy coast. Inside the C-47s are brave young men, about to take the fight to the German occupiers of France. In one, 16 paratroopers from the 506th Parachute Infantry Regiment of the 101st Airborne Division are waiting to jump. One of those young men is Technical Sergeant Joseph Byerly, an athletic young man. He is known as Jumping Joe by his brothers in arms. Approaching the coast, the planes hit dense fog, causing the formation to loosen up. As the fog clears, intense anti-aircraft fire begins, and several of the C-47s are badly hit. Under fire, Joe's C-47 descends quickly down to 400 feet. Too low, but there is no choice now but to jump. The order is given, stand up, hook up, and before he knows it, Joe is out of the plane on the short drop to French soil. Drifting down, he briefly sees a melee with planes and chutes taking fire. There's not much time, and Joe sees that he's directly falling towards a church roof. Hitting the roof and sliding down it, Joe slams into the ground heavily. Dodging fire, he slipped into the night. Joe had missed the drop zone. His connection with his fellow paratroopers was lost. Nevertheless, this did not prevent him from navigating the terrain, reaching his destination, and executing his orders alone. The main task that Byerly and his unit had been given was to undermine the electrical substation near Saint-Marie-du-Mont. After completing this task, Byerly independently conducted several more acts of sabotage within a few days. It was during one of these acts that German soldiers captured him. Joe was interrogated and mistreated. His family was of German descent, and this infuriated the Germans as to why a man of German blood would fight for the Americans. After calling one of his interrogators an SOB, Joe was knocked out. After recovering, he was moved through several camps until he eventually moved into Stalag 3C, a camp in Limburg in Germany. Joseph Byerly saw it as his duty to escape. He made a plan to join either the Polish resistance or the Soviet army and fight alongside them.
Yeah, that makes sense.
He made several escape attempts, including one where he and his friends Brewer and Kemp mistakenly got on a train heading for Berlin, Poland. In Berlin, they were of course found and detained by the Gestapo for a week and then brought back into Stalag 3C. Devastated but with their spirit unbroken, they decided to escape once more. Their hopes were up. All three had heard on a contraband radio that the Soviet army was about to enter Germany. It was 1945. The three men decided to hide in barrels on a cart that was to be taken out of the camp. But on the way out of the camp, tragedy struck and the cart tipped over, spilling its contents of the three men on the ground. The three men made a run for it, but only Joseph survived that day. After running through fields for several days and hiding in a barn, he heard the sounds of T-34s. He knew it was a Russian tank division. Full of energy, he rushed right up to the tanks, raised his hands in the air and shouted, "Amerikansky tavarish," which meant American comrade. It is said that the tank commander that met him was none other than Alexandra Samusenko, the first woman tank commander in history. Rather than ask for help to get back home or for shelter, Joseph requested that he could join the division and fight alongside the Soviets. Alexandra agreed. A couple of days later, Joseph Byerly found himself riding a Lend-Lease Sherman tank that had been supplied to the Russians on his way to Berlin. In an amazing twist of fate, he was in the battalion liberating his old camp, Stalag 3C. In the camp headquarters, he broke into the safe and retrieved his prisoner's card, which by that time was the only identity papers he possessed. Joseph planned to march right up to Berlin's gates, but that wasn't destined to happen. He got injured in battle and transported to a Soviet hospital. Hearing of the brave American fighting in his army, Marshal Zhukov visited him and gave him papers, which Joe didn't understand. He was told that it would get him wherever he wanted to go. Joe headed for the US Embassy.
There's a cat!
The embassy was suspicious as Joe had been presumed dead. There had even been a funeral for him back home in his church. Eventually though, Joe was sent home. In 1946, Joe got married to Joanne Hollowell. In a final twist of fate, The marriage was conducted by the priest that had performed Joe's funeral. On the 50th anniversary of D-Day, his unique service earned him medals from US President Bill Clinton and President Boris Yeltsin of Russia at a ceremony in the Rose Garden of the White House.
Yeah, he
To
earned
this
that.
day, the Screaming Eagle that fought alongside the Soviets is considered a hero around the world. If you like this video, and we
So, that was a cool war story. I will see you guys for the next war story. Later.